Okay, hi guys. Yeah, it's me, Ren. Yeah, we'll just use as the same procedure as yesterday. I mean, using the same apps and all things. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching my videos. To be honest, every one of your responses is really like, helpful for me. So as you can see, yeah, yesterday I have read your message. Yeah, thank you for the little fish 0030. Yeah, for you to understand all this. And yeah, and thank you for finding me the Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, that's the word that I want to mention about yesterday. That what I feel that they are trying to portray onto that girl, and in the sense, right? And also, yeah. Yesterday is like a 50-minute video. To be honest, it's kind of long. I hope today I can make it a little bit shorter, but I'm not sure about it. Yeah. But yeah, so let's watch another one. To be honest, today this one is for me. I having a little bit hard time to really like trying to find all the evidence or resources that I want to try to defend. And it's not that it's like undefendable. Actually defendable, but at the same time I feel like a little bit in a sense and like why this is happening in my channel. Interested. Okay, so I mean like because whenever they are talking about it, I only the first thing I
통일교 측이
felt
김건희 씨에게
is
건넸다고
that
알려진 샤넬 가
it's not really like related in a sense. Yeah, and also like another issue is that this time the translation itself is not really workable this time. Yeah. So I mean, I just try my best to understand everything, and if something I misunderstood, tell me. If you know Korean, please tell me. Yeah, and yeah, let's see what's happening right here. And as started, they talk about like the bribery case that happened between like our church and previous current president Yoon wife, which is a person who's much more like it's much more, I would just say not naive, innocent, like in a way like really innocent. I mean innocent in a way that she don't really think about it, like is this something consider being told to be a fault in a sense.
가방과 명품 목걸이,
And everything just happened, right, in this sense.
목걸이를
Oh yeah, just for a reminder, I want to keep on emphasizing about it. I can't emphasize this enough because the media keep on trying to wash in another way, and they never talk about this in truthful way. And no lawsuits, I mean no like none of the results have mentioned True Mother had not her head or to agree anything that she did a bribery. And the bribery is only from the evidence, or we say the testimony from the Yun Yong Ho. And I don't know what is his motivation, to be honest, like suddenly dragging some leader into that position. At the same time, up until right now, we don't hear anything, we don't heard anything from a secretary. I mean the Wonju McNabbit. Like she's basically the one who holding back all the leaders away from True Mother. So basically everyone will treat her words as what True Mother said, without having video evidence or without having a voice record evidence or anything. People just believe in that way. And she said nothing. You know her, and just give out a testimony saying, "Oh yeah, it's being approved by True Mother." Okay, and True Mother say that she don't know up until right now.
구입했다는 서울 강남의 한 백화점 매장을 찾아가 봤습니다.
So they just went to the
건진 법사를 통해
they
전달했다는
went to
목걸이의
the
가격은
luxury shop, the
6,220만
channel,
원.
I guess. Yeah. So then they are trying to talk about the product and talk about the price, right? Yeah, like you see, like this word like talking about delicious is like I don't really understand which Korean word it means delicious right here. Yeah.
김건희 여사님이 착용했던 그 목걸이가 이거예요.
And they're talking about the price a lot, and To be honest, I think they're not supposed to having any like video recording in general, right? I mean, seems like it's the shop policy. Yeah. Anyway, whenever I say a news reporter is doing all this and they're doing it like publicly and they don't like not so many people really like putting them into a way that oh they are making crimes. People usually call them hero. Kinda in a dual way, right? I mean, kind of biased for us human to have this, but at the same time, yeah, sometimes the rule don't really mean something. Like, you understand what I mean later.
신도들의 땀이 베었을 헌금이 그렇게 명품 목걸이를 구입하는 데 쓰였다고 알려집니다.
Okay, so right here, just talk about the
통일교
Yun
측의
Yong Ho.
정치권 로비 관련 핵심 인물은
Yeah,
윤영호
talk
씨입니다.
about like how important was the Yun
통일교
Yong
세계
Ho, and
본부장이자
we talk
한학자
about
총재의
other things.
최측근으로 당시
Like you see,
통일교의 인사와
the
재정을
translation don't
장악했던
really come
인물입니다.
out, and suddenly a bunch of it, and I need to stop it. So you just say like he's like holding the headquarter, and just before the Yoon Song-gil was elected. Oh, wait. And control the unification, change personnel and finance before and after the Yoon Song-gil. Like to be honest, I don't really think like Yoon Song-gil like just becoming a president is something like really something big to our church. Last time when we talk about our church, talking about the current president, we are putting much more expectation to the president who have the name Moon, which is the only current president who are still really safe and no lawsuits, no charges onto him after he came down as a current ex-president. The only president that really did it the cleanest. Actually, we put more expectations instead of Yoon Song-gil. I mean, Yoon Song-gil is also a good guy, to be honest, but I mean, like, in a way that our church was like much more expecting the President Moon instead of Yoon.
제가 3월 22일 날 대통령을 뵀습니다. 1시간 녹대를 했습니다.
Yeah, I to be honest, I really wonder like when did this happen, right? And yeah, like Yoon Yong-ho talking about his loss of presidency.
그래서 동의한 내용도 있고요. 그리고 이 나라가 가야 될 방향을 얘기했습니다.
I think it's actually this is a sermon talks that he wants to talk about the country should go to the God's way and what is the supposed the God's way. And to be honest, yeah, in a way, I just remember something that a friend of mine and talking about her own testimony that she actually dreamed before, like it's like she said like actually it's like a long time ago, and in that dream like True Mother is there, True Mother was there sitting and she looks very sad, and Yoon Yong-ho and Wonju McDavid was beside True Mother, but they are not helping True Mother, and True Mother is asking her to help her to go shopping and to buy a clock. To buy a watch, but in the end, like they can't buy the watch because like there's no more watch, and and she feels so confused at that moment. And after that, when all this news just coming out, and she feel like everything like makes sense right now, like because True Mother saw something, but True Mother can't do anything. But that's in her dream. She got the evidence, like revelation. We'll just call it revelations. Yeah. So yeah, just to let you all know, we have this kind of situations, and let's continue it.
특검은 윤영호 씨가 한학자 총재 원정 도박 관련 수사 정보를
Oh yeah, the special prosecutor, like that's a very interesting thing because that Lee Jae-myung want to get rid of it like so badly because he don't want to get any charges after he stepped down from as a current president. But at the same time, he's using this power so much to to press over our church. To be honest, so I'm kind of like Okay, so information powerful figure on governmental regarding investigation of
를
hijacks.
정권 실세에게 전달받고 조치를 취한 것으로 보고 있습니다.
Okay. At first, yeah, when you see this statement, okay.
도박 관련 수사 정보를
When you
정권
see this statement, it's like so powerful, right? But at the same time, nah. Yeah, I'll just show you
실세에게
what's happening
전달받고
at the
조치를
back.
취한
So I'll
것으로
just do a
보고
little bit
있습니다.
arrangement for you to see.
그 경로는 바로 윤석열 정권의 핵심 실세였던 권성동 의원. 한학자 총재가 미국 라스베이거스에서
권성동?
도박했다는 혐의로 경찰 조사가 진행되고 있으며 압수수색이 나올 수 있으니 대비.
For me, there's two different cases, and they try to put it into one, so can make people confused. Just like yesterday, I already mentioned about it. The first thing you need to let people believe in your statement is to make something clear, confused, and after you making it confusing and making it a not absolute statement, and you make it confusing, and you're making a new statement, and everybody will believe you. That's the way, easy to encounter anything. So that's why you see when in a country that is the communists always say the dictatorship, they're always getting rid of it because it's really really hard for people to be like to understand what's really happened, because most of people don't really like spending their times to really understand and listen. I mean, yeah, usually when you see the long YouTube videos, it's like most likely less people will watch it, and the shorter one or just giving you the answer without any explanations, usually people will be much more we will have much more views, and a lot of people will just think that they're smart because of they watching it. Let's continue it.
하라고 했다는 겁니다. 특검하고 있습니다. 압수수색과 관련해 구체적인 대응 방안까지 알려준 것으로 의심하고 있습니다.
I think I need to give a little bit quicker.
쉬고 있다 그랬어. 요양관리법이라고 얘기했거든. 나한테 그렇게 얘기를 했다. 그래서 내가 그다음에 권성동.
And she is like talking about, oh, I'm going to do it this way, and this is on evidence, and he say True Mother tell him to just do it then. And True Mother say in True Mother's testimonies, I mean the testimony for those like the like you have the voice recording in the what I call it, the special rooms. I would just call them special rooms, yeah, the dark rooms. And True Mother said that she just basically don't know anything. She don't know this. She don't know this had happened, and she never say. She said that she never give permission to it. But then, like, you know, just keep on like emphasize. Oh yeah, I think we have. I have. Yeah, and is she? Yeah. To be honest, I think they purposely choose a much more older version looking of Yun Yong Ho as well, just to make everyone like feel uncomfortable. To be honest.
윤영호 씨는 권성동 의원에게 통일교자금으로 1억 원을 직접 건넸다고도 했습니다.
Yeah, it's something like just talking about giving funds, 100 millions. Yeah, last time I already done a video and talk about it. Yeah, I think people already know it, right?
권성동 의원은 모든 혐의를 부인하고 있습니다.
참담한 심정입니다.
Yeah, he denies the
저는 그때도
charges.
결백했고 이번에도 결백합니다.
세배를 하고 넥타이만을 받았다는 정치인, 덕담을 하고 세뱃돈 100만 원만 줬다는 교주.
정치와 종교는 하나 되어야 합니다.
특검의 공소장에 따르면 대선 직전인
Oh my bottom
하나
really
되어야
works.
합니다.
Okay, so here Trumada say politics and religion must become one, as the politician will bow 3 times and receive a no. This is a second part of it. It's really confusing for here. I mean, the translation is really sucks.
특검의 공소장에 따르면 대선 직전인 2022년 2월 가평 천정궁에서 한학자 총재를 만난 권성동 의원은 통일교가 윤석
Chuncheon Palace, Chuncheongung in the Kapyong in the February, just before the presidential election. Like, to be honest, I'm kind of really sick of it. I mean, whenever like there is a politicians trying to go to a church or religion before their election, and a lot of people just try to putting them the label like, oh, they are belongs to this church, so and you can just do all kinds of mocking. I mean, it's the same towards the Christians and Islams. I mean, like, just in this sense, like if a politician went to a Christian church and the Islam people would just say that, oh, because they went to the false church and he's a stupid, so we don't vote to them. And if Islam just went to their own church, we just call them mosque, and they just went to the mosque, and the like religions were just like, oh, they are going to the false church, and we can't believe that he's a good person anyway. But in the end, all the religions just want to make people like into a good person, and so then everybody can live happily together. That's the whole point. And to be honest, it's the politic for me. Part of it, okay, part of it. I don't say everything, but part of it is because of the politics, and so then everything is not looking good. Everything looks bad in this sense.
윤석열 후보를 돕겠다는 취지의 말을 듣고 큰절을 올렸다고 합니다.
정치인들 와가지고 앉아서 어머님 있으면 어머님 잘 받으세요 그러면서 큰절을 한대요.
Just talking about like how
어머님 툭하면서 말씀하신 것처럼
talking.
내가 독생녀고 내가 왜 독생녀인지 6.25 전쟁이 왜 일어나는지 쭉 설명하시는? 그러면 정치하는 사람들이 통일도 이런 거 협조해야겠지? 뭐 잘하자 이런 식으로?
To be honest, I don't really sure about like this woman, like, because they were just like put like really like a common name, like the X Unification Church Insider or something like this, and they would just put like in this kind of like broad name. Yeah, so to be honest, sometimes I just can't really like believe everything, but at the same time I know, okay, yeah, they're just gonna say that they are really, but you're using the X one, the X unification is, to be honest, I don't really think it will be really evidently like strong, because usually when people leave church, they have a lot of reasons that are compiled up and making them want to leave church, and they will just make everything in the past into something really awful. If you can't really understand what they did, then you can ask those who are having like love affairs and ask them about like their ex. And usually they will be talking about like how why the ex is bad. Like at first they're gonna talk about the good part, but after that they're gonna talk about the bad parts, and they think the part that they need to expose, like in the past they will just try to keep it, but after that they want to expose, and while doing expose they will just enlarge it, like zoom in every like wrongdoings, like this kind of sense, I mean. Yeah, so like using the previous members, like, okay, in some sense, yeah, you're building your evidence, but at the same time, I don't think it will be fair. It won't be a perspective that people just look onto the 2 points, like the good and bad at the same time.
어머님 감사합니다 하고 그렇게 서로 앞면 두고 인사하는 거겠죠? 약간 내밀자고 뭐 이런 생각이 아니라 늘 그냥 오시면 선물하고 그리고 특별한 일 때문에.
Yeah, I wonder like why they changed the voice like into much more like blurry. Yeah, and yeah, that's what True Mother always do. True Mother's always shopping. True Mother's always shopping to buy a gift for the children. That's what happened. And even to the second gens, and True Mother's always giving gift. It's not something special for us. Yeah, and if you know about our church, usually our leaders are the one who don't really give gift to the members, and because of True Mother, and so then they will give the gift to the members, in a sense, just to let you all know. Yeah, like yeah, usually our church leader having a really like hard time in their financial. Yeah, and so then whenever True Mother give a gift, usually the people, like, I mean, unification is will be much more like grateful in this sense. And so then like whenever you just talk about like True Mother giving gift to members, we just feel very normal. We're like, yeah, I mean, in a grateful way, very normal. We'll be much more like, Oh, I thought this is a norm for true mother to give away, right? The amount right here, I can't really make sure that I can't really sure that she's saying everything true. I never met this kind of situation.
이 말들은
I mean, I did remember like previous like national leaders did mention that True Mother gave like cash to the leaders, but True Mother did mention that this the gift for you, and so then you need to pass down the gift or this gift to the members, and so then last time our national leader was like giving the gift like to the members, like even though it's not really a big gift to be honest, but at the same time it's somehow like this is how True Mother trying to show her love towards all the members around the world, and instead of only like giving to the leaders and like, nah, take it because you did something for me. Like, I don't feel like that's how True Mother talking usually.
사실일까? 그렇다면 정치와 종교가 만나 주고받은 것은 무엇일까? 영장 실질 심사를 마치고 나오는 권성동 의원에게 다시 한번 물었습니다.
수사에서 어떤 동기로 소명하셨나요? 1억만 받았다고 하셨는데 확인하셨나요? 한국은행 단독권으로 받았다는 얘기 나오고 있는데 한 말씀 하세요. 통일부로부터 어떤 경제적 지원도 받으신 적 없으신 것 같아요. 소명 어떻게 하셨나요? 통화는 매수 같은 건가요? 한 총재한테 도박사 정보 알려주신 적 있으십니까?
To be honest, like comparing like what happened, they try to squeeze True Mother, like I mean in the other video, and they trying to portray about True Mother, like to the what's his name? Sorry.
라고 하셨는데 확인하셨나요?
His name.
한국은행 단독권으로 받았다는 얘기 나오고 있는데 한 말씀 하세요. 통일부로부터 어떤 경제적 지원도 받으신 적 없으십니까? 소명 어떻게
Okay, I
하셨나요?
didn't.
매수 같은 건가요? 한 총재한테 도박사 정보 알려주신 적 있으십니까?
Like, yeah, like to him, I just feel like it's much more
통일교
easy.
한학자 총재는
Okay. Let's see the date here. The date here made me a little bit like, huh? Right? Okay, let's see. Like True Mother's face, it looks really young.
미국 라스베이거스의 한 카지노에서 부착되기도 했습니다.
Yeah, found in the casino in Las Vegas, right? Okay, let's
한학자 총재는
continue.
2021년 무렵까지 수시로 원정 도박을 해왔다는 의혹을 받고 있습니다.
Gambling like until like around like 2021. I'm like 2021, and they're using that photo, and I tried to search like whereas like the 2021 like how True Mother looks like, and the only thing I can find is like this one during the Rally of Hope, that True Mother looks like this. Yeah, so and oh yeah, just for your information, like in this Rally of Hope is the President Donald Trump. Like okay, right now the USA President Donald Trump had been on stage, and yeah, at that time he's not. He was being called the X, the former United States president. At the same time, it's the Abe and also Mike Pence, and yeah, all these like really strong figures in America.
한 총재는 최근 특검 조사에서 휴식 차원이었다고 진술했습니다.
And another thing is that because of this is a gambling, and talking about in the Las Vegas, right? And I'm like keep on like thinking like what's really happening in Las Vegas, and I try to ask ChatGPT about it, and interestingly, and is how it answer about it. So when we talk about the Las Vegas in Nevada, is like the residents do not do gambling by itself, but they live with gambling because most of their business that they can do that right there is gambling, and gambling is fully legal and central to the Nevada's economy. So basically, whatever you do in Nevada, I believe, is much more centering about like the gambling, and in the sense like a lot of people gonna just try to say that, oh, so then like gambling is something wrong. Yeah, it is something wrong, but at the same time, when true parents always talk about like gambling, and they are trying to say that the excessive gambling itself is the thing that really kills you, and yeah, like this word right here. So many gamblers ruin their family by their compulsive gambling. And compulsive gambling, it means that once you lose it, you don't want to like really like just stop. You will just continue to spend more money and spend more money and spend more money until that you pull the whole organization down. You're using a public fund. You're putting your families down. And that's the point when we talk about the gamblings, right?
미국이라는 나라는
Let's
그
continue.
LA는 신시티다. 타락한 곳이다. 그걸
Yeah,
우리가
true
가서
parents,
써니시티로
they say that it's a
그러기 위해서 가서 카지노를 한 거다.
Sin City, then
그렇게
Sunny
얘기합니다.
City,
어떻게
yes.
합리화를 시켜요? 그러니까 위법한 일을
We
해도
need to
그게
change
위법한
it.
일이라고 생각을 하지 않습니다.
No, because true parents say that they want to change all this is because that just as all the other words that true parents actually mention about it. Let me see. I had find this words, and when true parents like talking about all these words, let me see. Like there's somewhere about it. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So, talking about like free sex, alcohol, drugs, and tobacco are the weapon of Satan. So then, yeah, when we talk about it, free sex itself is that you are abusing your sex. But actually, it's not that you cannot have sex, but you can only have sex with your spouse. And when we mean spouse is that you after blessing, right? And after you start your family. And alcohol. It's not that all the alcohol is like the false alcohol. I mean, alcohol will be having their industry like purpose, and for our holy wine ceremony, we are also using the alcohol. And sometimes that you also like medically, like you also need alcohol to do the cleaning things. But excessive alcohol is also the bad thing as well. Drugs. Like if you want to just say that you want to remove everything in drugs, then you just basically you are trying to destroy every single pieces of the world. They're talking about like and the Western medicine system. Yeah, tobacco basically is drugs, so I would just put in the same thing. So yeah, for me, when I read about it, I'm much more like, yeah, that's how true parents trying to do. And what about the gambling? So gambling itself is a game of like of your heart, and so then you are playing your emotions, you are playing with your hormones, you are playing with something that we say psychologically like intensive. That's the thing that actually is like making people addictive. It's just like you're playing games like non-stop. Yeah. So for me, it's that sense, and true parents didn't like trying to rationalize that like making gamble itself as making like is that only we do gamble and it's heavenly. No. Actually, true parents didn't say that. But if you gamble, you can't stop, and it's like impulsive gamble, then you can't really like help anything. Let's continue to look at it.
PD 수첩이 확보한 한학자 총재와 측근들의 원정 도박 관련 자료들입니다. 2008년부터 4년간의 카지노 입출금 명세서에서 정원주 씨의 이름도 확인할 수 있었습니다. 비서실장으로 한학자 총재를 40여 년간 밀착 수행해온 정원주 씨. 통일교의 한 관계자는 정원주
Yeah, talking about the secretary of the
씨가 한학자 총재보다 통일교 자금 흐름을 더 잘 알 거라고 했습니다.
after matter and Mr. Monju McDavid. Yeah, it's another like talking about insider. Yeah. Yeah, and the translation here is like not really helping.
한학자 총재는 라스베이거스 카지노에서 4년여 동안 9억여 원을, 정원주 씨는 54억여 원을 썼습니다.
Yeah, talking about like in the course of 4 years. I thought they say like starting from 2008, right? And 4 years it means like 2012. But just now they say until like 2021. So which version you're saying is correct? I don't know.
이제 저기 경호실장
Yeah.
이렇게
So
직접
they just say like how much they use, right? And yeah, to be honest, I just feel like
내가 지금 새로
like they just saying that how much they spend. They didn't talk about how much they gain and something, right? and it's a little bit like, I mean, it's not a full report, still partial report, I would just say.
얘가 제일 많이 해서 전체 합쳐서 2,100만 불이.
At the same time, who are the one who really playing with the name, right? I mean, sometimes you have the membership, and so then people using your membership, but you're not the one who playing it.
그래서 저걸로 해서 계산하니까 하나로 300억 정도 되더라고요.
300억?
네,
크네요.
네, 반 이상, 600억 중에서.
그럼.
한학자 총재를 포함한 통일교 지도부 등 12명이 4년간 카지노에서 쓴 돈은 무려 609억 원이 넘습니다.
It's whooping a 900 million won. 900 million won, and I just tried to ask the ChatGPT to do a little bit like simple calculation, like what's really like happening in our church, like at that period of time, in the period of like 2008 and 2008 to 2012, yeah, to do the estimations. And yeah, you can see the number itself actually is counting with billion and even like trillion won. So basically, to be honest, here all of it is USD. So when you calculate it, it's basically like you're adding up like billion and you go to trillion. So everything in trillion, and the 900 million itself is like not even like 0.1% of it. So to be honest, I don't really know like why they are trying to showing it out without a strong evidence. And I mean everything it shows like a partial reports, because when you have such a big church, for sure you have a lot of like resources, I would just say. Can you use all these resources into something like much more useful? Maybe yes, but at the same time, maybe no. Why no? Because of the law of that country, that you can't just monopolize everything, and so then sometimes even though you have the money, you need to wait. And like when we try to do the comparison of like 900 million and to the where is it? Here, yeah, and to the 10. Okay, just go with the lower one. 10 billion dollars. So estimation will be going to 11 trillion current one. It's like not even 0.1, bro. So what's the point for you trying to just throw it out? Let's continue it. Yeah, it's the girl that we saw yesterday, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. For this video, they only talk about like putting her onto this scene, like just really short, and I just feel like not really like why she appear. I mean, she's not really like helping it to push, but only emotionally. It's much more like helping the reporters. It's nothing more
왕관을 쓰고
about like
황금빛
the
성전을 지으며
evidence.
스스로를 독생녀 참어머니라 칭했던 한학자 총재. 결국 그녀는 신도들의 헌금을 횡령한 혐의 등으로 법의 심판대에 서게 됐습니다.
그 어머니가 떡볶이 장사하면서 냈던 돈이기도 해요, 그 돈이. 그 통일교에서 헌신하던
Okay, so this is another guy. I don't know. It's like is it something like second gen or someone else? I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's how they're trying to talk about it.
파탄이 났고요. 그래서 결국 60세 때 그 고시원에서 살게 됐습니다.
고시원에서 혼자 사시게 되신 거예요?
혼자. 네. 정말 그 사람들이 0.1%의 양심만 있었어도 그렇게 돈을 함부로 쓸 수가 없어요. 그 사람들 알거든요. 얼마나 많은 사람들이 가정 파탄이라는지. 기독교는
I mean, a lot of people are trying to make it like seems like rationalized or something. I mean, okay, yeah. In a sense, when you're a member, when you're a believer, and you want to know how the money being spent, right, and you think in the most rational way and hoping that everything will just go in your way. But at the same time, I would just say, in a quick sense, our church can't go with the most rational way. Why? Because none of our leaders are being trained rationally. Most of our leaders came in the era of fundraising and blessing, and so then when they just came into a church, and they don't really get a lot of educations, and most likely their education is only talk about like how they're gonna fight. So for those who really survive in our church, as a leader, usually they have the pride and they having the sense of like, oh, I will just do everything and I'm capable with everything. And so then how true parents are gonna train them? When you're just trying to just tell them, oh, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, in the end, all these people will just flee away. Yeah, when you're trying to talk about the love relationship between parents and children, and parents will not trying to chase away the children, and they are trying to educate the children all the time. So that's how, like, for me, that's my understanding, like why it happened, like why a true mother will just still like being like setting up like her situation in this way, even though she knows it's like very painful. It's not because that she wants to be into this way, but it's much more like she have no choice and she needs to be in this way. When he trying to talk about it, yeah,
10의 1조를 하라 그러잖아요.
yeah, right
그럼
here.
10의 3조를 하라 그럽니다. 자기 월급의 30%.
Like he's talking about the 10th offering, the 1/10 offering, and yeah, actually, the 3 out of 10, and this is the 30% talking about from True Father. But actually, this part of it is True Father trying to encourage members to do more like service, like towards outside. It's not that strong one, and it's not something like a need. Like everyone like want to use their 1/10 for sure, and also like 30/10. It's the same thing, but at the same time, like in my family, I'll just talk about my family. Our family like always doing the 1/10, and like basically the 3/10. When I read True Father word, True Father say that 3/10, 1/10 to your church. Another 1/10 is that you do for the world providence, and so then you can do to like whatever donation you want to give, and another like a 1/10 is for your society, like your surrounding, your neighborhoods. So actually, this like 3/10 like concept about it. To be honest, I would still call it the concept that, but this concept actually is not a strong command or something like, oh, you need to do this. But true father or true mother, like true parents, didn't really like saying that way. But it just suddenly like the news just bring it out like in this way. To be honest, I think it's really like a dirty move. I'll just say that it's really dirty move because the charge they give to true mother is talking about her bribery, and suddenly they talk about like what happened in the Las Vegas. I mean the casinos, and talking about like the gamblings and how the money like being used like without a full report, and everything is partial reports. Everything talking about money, how they spend the money like recklessly. They're suddenly putting this guy coming up here, and for him like suddenly like even include the concept of like 3/10 right here. I mean 3/10 itself is like it's not a false one, but you are putting right here. It means you're trying to tell everyone in the world that, oh, so unification is doing 3/10 instead of 1/10, and they are using this money like in their way, and so then they are cult. You're trying to projecting this kind of thinking, this kind of mindset onto us, and I don't think like it's
내가 번
good.
그런 돈들이, 내가 빚을 내서 내는 그런 돈들이 정말 하늘의 섭리에 쓰이길 바라는 마음으로 낸 그 돈이 어떻게 그렇게 쓸 수가 있겠어요? 그 사람들이 0.1%
And
양심이
3/10 itself is not something that you borrow money and you do offering. No, bro, that's not even 3/10. You're doing like more, and maybe you have wrong understanding, I would say. Yeah, in this way. Yeah, this for today's video, and yeah, if you all just understand what I mean right now. Yeah, so then it's a very confusing video, and so then you see like how much I need to try to find all this like evidence or like the supporting words that can be used right here. And because there's like too many pieces that scattered around and not really like organized, and it's like really, for me, it's not a good it's another good video to introduce someone, and it's something like, oh, you're talking about the Christianity church, and they're talking about like how they need to keep purity and chastity, and suddenly you're trying to say that, oh, how bad they are, and they have pedophiles inside their church, and what happened to this. Or we can use another case like Islam's, and like how the Islam's, the Muslims, like teaching like how to form a good family. Then suddenly you try to put all the focus onto like how he have a lot of wife, and yeah, like basically it's like nothing like really truly going to understand the truth of the religion. Instead, you are just trying to project something like weird thing onto the religion, and in this weird thing itself, you are trying to neglecting the personal actions instead of the truth itself, right? And that's the issue, that's the problem for it. And not making people like trying to understand the religion. The worse, you are trying to make everybody like to be feel like deviated from the religion, and treating the religion in a much more like a radical way, and you're trying to making them like really looking bad in this way. So I don't think it's a like a good video when you if you're trying to call it like a record a video and trying to say that, oh, it's really working. And no, it's not really. So yeah, so this is my point of view for today, and I hope you all will just enjoy it. I mean, today, yeah, the same thing. I just did in this way, and yeah, hope you all just understand about it, and hope you all enjoy it, and see you in the next video. And also, yeah, put a like, subscribe, and share, and also comments down in the YouTube, and so then I can know more about your thinking, and just like our our beloved little fish 030, right? Yeah. Thank you so much, and bye.